Hey guys, it's Everseen here. So we got some more teasers today. I saw the first one and I wanted to talk about just the first one, and then they released another one. So they're pretty big. I want to go over kind of the first one a little bit more in depth because people may have missed something pretty important in it. So we're just going to watch both of them and kind of go over it and the changes and what's going on. So anyway, we'll watch this first one first. It's about like the armor quality changes and stuff to rarities. So
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile. In the Settlers update, we've reworked item quality. The rarity of the item is no longer relevant when applying chisels.
all right. So these boots, you can't make these in current Path of Exile. These boots do not exist. So there's some changes going on here. I'm not exactly sure what. There's not really a clear assumption we can make. But this percentage increased evasion and percentage stun and block recovery is already an existing mod on this base. Like I'm doing the stealth boots here. It's the same base that's in the video. So this mod is actually already in the game, but if you didn't catch it, there's 121 life on these boots. The two resistances, obviously check out. There's 121 life, but we can only get 89 maximum life on boots. So, I mean, there's a few things that might be happening here. Either they got rid of the hybrid mod completely and decided to bake that life into the actual life mod, like the existing life mod, or they might have taken the life and baked it into this mod. But having three mods in one seems a little like not likely in my opinion. But there's possibility, obviously. Yeah, or there might be just like new tiers of mods, and the hybrid mod just stays in the game. I don't know, but the likely scenario, I think, is that they remove the hybrid mod, which is amazing for crafting, because if you're trying to get a life prefix, you're not going to brick and get this shitty one anymore. If they baked it into here and then made this pretty much a tier 3 mod, then, I mean, that looks pretty good, man. And, like, rod crafting and stuff, like, we're going to get tier 1 mods having, like, crazy boots like that. I'm super pumped for that. But there's another one in here, too, as well. Like, there's new base types.
Blacksmith's whetstones, and armorer's scraps to non-unique items. Instead, the amount of quality they provide is now based on the item level. Those currencies now apply 20% quality to very low-level equipment, with that amount reducing as the item level increases.
Okay, here's the new base type. So the energy shield, like obviously, okay, too, there's like item quality change. Yeah, cool. When you're low level, you only need to use one quality thing to like give it 20%. That's like a face value, like pretty easy thing to comprehend. Looks cool. Yeah, cool quality of life. But the new base in the game, this opens up so much. So like with the other teaser the other day about the determination nerf, where like I think Grace might have got nerfed and maybe Discipline also got reworked as well, because with this information coming out, that makes me feel like those other auras, like one for each, is kind of changed in some way or fashion. Because we've got an energy shield base type, which is higher than the current Val Regalia. It has 227 to 260 energy shield. This Val Regalia only has 171 to 197. So, you know, the low end of this new base type is 30 energy shield higher than the highest end of this one. So it's already better. And then, you know, on top of that, we can get 260 as a max roll, which is 70 energy shield, like almost 70 energy shield over its 63 or something. So that's like huge for defense numbers. And to assume that since we got an energy shield base, that we're going to get a dexterity base, we're going to get an armor base. So now glorious plates, we're probably going to see higher than like 1,000 base armor for like the new base type kind of thing. So I'm thinking that they did one for each, and then they'll probably do one like new high tier for hybrid bases as well. So opens up like a lot more high end game like crafting. So like, man, this is crazy. And on top of that too, like I'm not sure how this works, like the item level 78, if that's going to mean that these are gated behind T17s. I really don't think that's the case, but obviously there's a possibility. But like this is going to be hopefully available from expedition crafting and just expedition in general. And then also like the the int requirement makes it so that these items, they're basically trying to force people to go into niche categories more instead of using, like, say, a trapping build using determination, or like a DD build using determination. They're going to, like, kind of rework defenses a little bit, I think, to make it more like you want to, if you're playing melee, you're full in armor. If you're playing melee, you're not going full in energy shield. That makes no sense. So I think there may be some reworks in the works, really, like just showing these bases and taking the power out of the auras and baking it into items seems like a really nice change. And yeah, like the item level change, this is 10 levels higher than the other one. So I mean, maybe you can only find these in like red maps. So that's the way it should work because of the item level, right? So I'm hoping this is not going to be something that's gated behind T17s. I really don't think it's the case, but obviously there are possibilities and speculations. Like, we can speculate all we want. We can only make really good, educated assumptions about things. My assumption is that the bases, there's going to be a lot more of them. Like, for every single discipline, discipline being armor, evasion, energy shield, the hybrids, etc. So that's a huge change for the game. And then on top of the new base types being super, like, juiced armor and stuff, we're getting, like, multiplicativity out of the quality currencies. So that's in the next teaser. So we'll go over that one as well, because they kind of tie together.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile. We've got more news about item quality today. Quality bonuses on armor and weapons are now multiplicative.
So here they really didn't showcase the power of what this means, but basically the quality, it buffs the base physical damage, right? So the base physical damage on this item is 90 to 122, right? And then when you apply the quality, you get 20%, which raises it to this value, 108 to 146. What they kind of mean, though, is that whatever rolls you get for physical damage on the item, they're also going to be heightened by 20%. So whatever this fizz damage to whatever fizz damage is going to be on the item, it will also get 20% multiplicativity on it, which is going to be insane for weapons. We're going to get much more power in weapons, and also percentage physical damage. Like, it's going to scale as well. So this is a, like, direct buff to melee. This gives us a lot more damage. I think this is really good for melee because, I mean, physical damage on the top end, man, once you get so high into maps and bosses and whatever, it really falls off because there's so much reduction on bosses and whatever. So just getting more is just a huge buff, really. And then also the armor portion, too.
In other words, weapons with full quality will give 20% more
20% more physical damage. So it's more damage.
Physical damage. And armor with full quality will have 20%.
And the same thing with these, like, the buffs are the mods that roll on the item are going to increase it by 20%.
More local defenses. You can find out more.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool changes, man. Melee League, this is looking nice. Like, they made some really good changes. I think Melee is actually getting quite a buff here. It just shows that like, pure armor builds are actually getting buffed in all of these reworks and changes, rather than, you know, the determination being a hard nerf. It looks like it's actually just a rework, and we're actually kind of getting buffs. And so I'm super pumped. I might actually league start Melee instead. I'm not sure yet, but so far so good. I'm excited for the other changes. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe I might be wrong on the whole, like, percentage, like getting 20% more on the mods that roll on the item. Like, maybe I might be wrong about this portion. Just let me know if I am, because that's how I understand it, at least. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think. This is crazy. It's Melee League, man. There's no copium here. Well, there's a lot, but anyway, we're trying to have hope, right? As a Melee player, like a somewhat Melee player, I'd love to have hope for Melee and make sure that it's not completely dead. I want to give it some love, and I think it needs more love, really. But anyway, that's about it. I will catch you guys in the next one. I can't wait for more teasers. Later.